I want to talk right quick. I'm not gonna be on like all a long time, but I gotta reload. I want to see what my stream feed sound like. Hopefully it don't sound crazy. And let's listen. All right. All right. So I cannot remember what it is. What about now? That's causing this playback. Okay, hold on. I think I know what it is. Give me a second. All right, what about now? See, let's see what it sounds like now. Cause I think it's the actual. Yep, that's what it is. So what I have to do is I have to remember. Yeah, we good. All right, all right, whatever. All right, so here we go. I am getting ready to do my Facebook post, and I appreciate YouTube for rocking with me. I just have a bigger following on Facebook at the present time, so YouTube is the place where I actually test out um my sound. But let me get my Facebook stream up, and I'm gonna talk my talk. Let me throw it on my cool. All right, let's get Facebook up. All right, y'all ready? I'm gonna Reese up there sneezing. All right, here we go. Facebook, what is happening tonight? It's Larry coming briefly. Topic of the video is you cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways, guys. And I want to unpack that teeny weeny bit, just a little bit, but I want to kind of explain to you what I mean. I just need to check my sound. All right. So sound good. All right. So what do I mean by you can't have it both ways? Let me unpack what I mean. All right. A lot of you guys want more for your life. You really do. Like I do. I want more for my life. I want more than what I have today. I don't care how much money I have today, what properties, whatever I have, whatever. I still want more. All right. I want more. I want to reach. I want to help more people. So when I say I want more, my ultimate goal is to be able to reach and help more of God's people. I just want to be clear about that. My mission hasn't changed. The way I go about accomplishing my mission has changed. Okay. Well, no, my vision hasn't changed. My mission just have. So your vision is your what and your mission is your how. So my vision hasn't changed. It's just how I'm going about accomplishing it is changed. All right. So you cannot have it both ways. You cannot have a life of abundance, but you live in a life of fear and a life of restraint and a life of, I don't know right now. It's hard for me right now. See, you cannot have both. You cannot have what comes to those who live a life of abundance if you are operating in a life of fear, or you're operating in a life of procrastination, or you operating in a life of, I do it some other time, paralysis of analysis. You cannot have it both ways. You better make your choice of right now. What life do you want? Once you decide what life you want, then you're gonna have to do the things that accomplish that life. Okay? It's like somebody who want a six pack. Like, I realize I want a six pack, but I don't really want a six pack. The reason why I don't really want a six pack, because I don't want to stop doing some of the stuff that people who get six packs have to do. Like, I like to eat me a cookie every now and then. I like some pasta. I like to be able to wake up and eat this and eat that. I want a six pack, but I really don't want a six pack. You get what I'm saying? So I accepted that. I accept that about myself. I'm in shape. I'm fit. I'm strong. I work out. But I cannot have it both ways. I cannot have a six pack, but I'm operating on a 4-pack diet plan. It don't work that way. So what do I suggest you do? Instead of just ranting and telling you, what do I suggest you do? Number one, you need to decide what life you want. Not this old BS of, I got to have more. That's that bull that people want to talk. I'm not just talking about that life. I'm talking about the life that you actually want. What do you want for yourself? And if you can really, really, really understand, I want this, and I ain't talking about just money and a big house. What kind of life, what kind of freedom you want? What kind of abilities do you want? Do you want the ability to be able to help people? Do you want the ability to be able to provide jobs? Do you want the ability to be able to put your grandparents up? Do you want the ability to be able to not allow your parents to ever have to work again? Do you want that ability? What do you want? Once you're clear about what you want, then you can get into the necessary steps you need to take to accomplish it. You cannot get that life until you first identify you want it, and two, are willing to make the steps, the necessary steps to achieve it. You will not get it by just fantasizing and wanting it. That's that lottery theory. That's that microwave mentality. So my encouragement for all my seekers and all my guys and ladies who are serious about what they're trying to do, once you've established what you want, once you've established that, because it's hard to leave a house going on a destination and you really don't know where you're going. Once you've established what you want, then you can go about trying to figure out the steps to achieve it and the necessary steps you need to take, the lifestyle you need to have. You cannot have $1 million lifestyle operating on a poverty mindset. You cannot have a wealthy life operating in poverty. You cannot have it. You're not going to have it both ways. You cannot have a successful relationship while you operating as a single individual. You get what I'm saying? You cannot have it both ways. There are sacrifices and there is a price you have to pay for success. There is a price that you have to pay to win. Every single athlete pays that price. They go to spring training. They work out when everybody else is drinking and having fun. They're cutting weight. They have to pay that price to win that championship. So you want the life? Are you willing to pay the price? See, the pain, I was talking to my friend earlier and I told him, I said, pain is tuition. Pain is tuition. I was going through something really tough and I was dealing with it. It was some legal stuff I had to deal with. It wasn't criminal, but it was just a lot of legal stuff. And my attorney looked at me and I was going through it. And I'm just, I'm paying him by the hour, so I got to get out of there. But he looked at me, he said, Larry, listen to me. Everything you're going through right now is tuition. You're paying the price. You're paying the price. Now I know I would never go through that again. So my push for you right now, if you want it, you have to pay the tuition. You cannot get a college degree tuition free. You may not have to pay the tuition, but somebody is paying the tuition. You may not have to be the one that actually do it, but believe me, taxpayers are paying it. The alumni are paying it. Somebody have to pay for your existence at that university. So in life, the same way, in the university of life, you say with me, I want a successful life. I want a successful business. I want a successful marriage. I want a successful whatever. Okay, that's a great thing to because we say a lot of things. I want to win the NBA championship. But are you willing? Are you willing to practice when everybody else is partying? Are you willing? Are you willing to swipe your credit card and go into debt to chase your dream? Are you willing to do that? When it seems like bad financial advice, but you're saying, I'm going against the norm when everybody else is retreating, are you willing to advance? Are you willing to go so far into it that nobody else, they think you're crazy? Are you willing to do that? To get what everybody else can't get, you got to do what everybody else won't do. So today, I end this brief message. You can't have it both ways. You can't. If your life is to be a life of abundance, then you're going to have to live that life. You're going to have to take the necessary steps. If your life is going to be a poverty life, then you need to take those steps. Most of us are taking poverty steps, but professing we want an abundant life. Most of us are taking single people steps and fractured relationship steps, but we're professing we want a successful marriage or we want a successful life. Most of us are. People say one thing, but their actions display another. The Bible says you know a tree by the fruit it bears. You know what it is by what comes from it. Forget what it profess it is. An apple tree, a peach tree, an orange tree. Unless you are a tree professional, you don't know what they look like if they don't have fruit on them. If they don't have leaves and they don't have fruit, they just look like a tree. Okay, it's a baby oak tree. It's a baby. I mean, I'm not a tree expert, but once that tree started produce what it was created to produce for, then you can identify it. So for all my friends, y'all, for all y'all who say I want success, you're going to have to start bearing those fruit and you're going to have to go through that process. All right. I'm going to give you this analogy before I go. A tree. Listen, that mighty 30-foot tree you see growing in the sky right now, that mighty 30-foot tree started from a seed. That seed was planted in the dirt. That seed had to grow down before it could ever grow up. That seed grew down in the ground in order for it to have the proper roots to be able to hold and withstand that big tree. Think about that. Think about that. I want you to get that. That tree, that seed grew in the ground. And it grew in the ground and nobody could see it growing. But it was doing the necessary steps what nobody can see. Some of you are in this root building process, myself included. We are building a strong root foundation right now. Nothing has peaked up above the surface yet. People think you crazy. Why are you doing that? Why you haven't made any money? You spending up all your money. Why are you still doing it? Why are you involved in it? I want you to explain to them right now. I am developing a root system that will be able to withstand and hold up this mighty tree. So when we know it starts to work when a fine little piece stick up above the ground, and even after that little bitty piece of tree stick up out of the ground, it still has to be protected. It still has to have great conditions. It still needs to be watered. It still needs to be nurtured. But when all that work is done and that tree starts to grow, and at some point you don't have to do anything else to it but stand back, then you can sit in the shade of it. You can rest in the shade of the tree that you allowed to grow. It roots went in the ground. Everybody gave up. You're in the root building process right now. They're giving up on you. You can't get money. You can't find money. Nobody else supports you. People are talking about you. You're stupid. You're this. You're that. So those roots are going down in the ground. You're learning. See, because success doesn't mean anything to a person who's going to blow it. Think about how many people you know who became successful only to lose it. They didn't have a proper root structure. They got it too fast. So what you're going through right now is the process. It's the root building, the foundation building process that you need in order to withstand and sustain that success. Because I'm going to tell you something. Success given too fast is worse than no success at all, because an individual will blow it and they will go crazy. And that's when you see suicide and you see people drinking themselves to death. You see them it just mess it all up. All right. So I'm gone for the day. You can't have it both ways. You cannot. Either you're going to live a life of abundance. Either you're chasing wealth. Either you chasing abundance. Either you chasing success. Or you chasing mediocrity. If you're chasing mediocrity, you got to continue to do what you're doing. If you stuck in front of Netflix right now and not throwing shots, I'm not. If you stuck in front of whatever your fun is right now, if you're doing whatever it is that you do keeps you distracted, keep doing that. But don't do that and tell yourself that I'm going to have the opposite of what I'm doing. You're producing one fruit, but expecting another. You're doing one action, but expecting another fruit. Let me get that right. You're expecting the action. You're doing the action of mediocrity, but you're expecting the fruit of wealth. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay? So you can't eat what you want and expect your body to be healthy. It ain't going to work. In order to be healthy, you got to do the things healthy people do. I'm not saying everything they do is going to work for you, but you're going to have to tweak it, and you're going to have to do your thing. So I'm gone for the day. I appreciate you guys. I'm gone. But tomorrow, tonight, whatever your movement is, your strategy, as you make your moves, I want you to think about it. Is this a move of wealth? If this is a move of success? Is this a move that support where I say I want to go? Or is this a move that's completely opposite of everything I'm professing? Everything I'm professing. I want to be success. I want my marriage to be great. I want money in the bank. I want to be able to feed God's people and help and build foundations and build this and that. Look at your actions today and ask yourself, does that support that destination? All right. And if it doesn't, let me help you. You're going to have to do one or two things. Either you're going to have to change the destination you're trying to reach, or you're going to have to change the actions you're doing. But one of the things is going to have to change. All right. I'm gone, man. This is Larry. I salute you. I salute you, man. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are mighty. I know some wonderful people. I know people who are going to be great, and I can't wait for us to get on the other side of this thing and see each other and talk about now and the times we went through now. Hey, man, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to talk to you next time. This Larry, man. Peace.